Are you looking to make loads of cash in Pokemon Legends Arceus? Well, I got you covered with 4 ways to make a ton of money in the brand new Pokemon game. Let's dive in. Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka A-Drive. I'm bringing you guys a brand new video today, and today we are going over our money guide and how to farm a ton of cash money in Pokemon Legends Arceus, because we all know you need it. There's some pretty expensive things in this game, like stocking up on Pokeballs, other items. We all know my man in the bag inventory department is charging us some serious inflation prices, and if you want to get like the rotom devices, those can get pretty pricey as well. So I'm gonna break down 4 easy ways for you guys to grind a ton of money in this video, and it should help you out. So be sure to like the video if you guys enjoy it, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new so you don't miss out on our epic Pokemon Legends Arceus coverage. But without further ado, let's dive in and let's break it down on how you can make a ton of the cash money. Okay, so realistically, this one goes kind of without saying, but you can farm everything on the map, and you can actually send out different Pokemon and farm trees at multiple times. You can come over here, run around on your weird deer, and be like, okay, I need to farm this rock, throw a Pokemon out, break the rock, and you just do this endlessly, right? And I think you guys probably know by now that if there's a sparkling rock, that has a star piece in it, which is gonna be very crucial. I'm sorry, stardust in it, which is gonna be very crucial for later in the game in one of our next methods. That's gonna give you better returns. But simply by running around the map, farming everything, and catching various Pokemon, you're gonna ultimately get cash, because the game kind of rewards you for doing just that. So that's step 1, right? And I felt like it was kind of important to recognize that and just mention it, because again, it is kind of the core. If you just go around, farm everything, you might get evolution stones that you don't need anymore. And again, you could get the sparkly rocks, which are very important to ultimately getting star pieces, which is gonna be the next thing we're gonna talk about, and that's where the real money comes in. Okay, so step 2 is the star piece strategy, and this is gonna be one of your easiest ways to make a lot of money. When you advance far enough in the game, it's a few stars. This guy right here, Anvin, is going to sell you various recipes. And the one you want to buy is the star piece $10,000 recipe. And I know you got to put a little money out. Sometimes you got to do a little investing to make some money back. But this one is a no-brainer. You put down the $10,000, and that allows you to take your shards and your stardust that you're farming from the sparkling rocks and make star pieces. And there is a very nice return on investment for that. So let me break that down for you guys. So if you were to make a star piece, you're going to use 9 shards total. Red shards, blue shards, green shards. Those are valued at $150 each, and a stardust, which is valued at $1,000 each. So you're essentially spending $2,300 to make a star piece, and that star piece is worth $5,000 when you sell it to the shopkeeper. Therefore, your net profit on this crafting is $2,650. So you do that 4 times and you're ultimately making your money back, and you're gonna head over to this guy here and you can sell those star pieces to this guy for the 5 grand. So this is a really easy way to make a lot of money, and it's just by playing through the game. You get those space-time distortions. You're gonna be able to farm a ton of shards. I know a lot of people have just been selling their shards because they're like, what else do I do with them? This is what you do with your shards, guys. Do not sell your shards and do not sell your stardust. Turn them into star pieces, because again, it is an incredibly easy way to make a lot of money really fast while just doing things that you're already doing. Like, you're already doing distortions, you're already picking up these shards, you're already picking up the stardust from playing the game just naturally. So at least turn that into more money so you can kind of invest it and ultimately get these star pieces and have a much higher return on investment. So again, you do this 4 times, you make it back on the recipe, and from there and the rest of your game experience, it's gravy. But the next method is how you really make the cash. So let me break that down for you. All right, so our third method actually involves farming an alpha Pokemon. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna travel from Jubilife to the Crimson Mirelands, and I recommend having a strong fire, flying, or psychic type Pokemon in your party ready to go so they can actually defeat this relatively quickly. You're gonna go to the Mirelands, you're gonna travel to the Brava Arena, and we're gonna track down the Alpha Roserade, which is located right over here. You're gonna see it pretty quickly as soon as we run over here. Should be pretty straightforward, and there it is. There is our Alpha Roserade. We're gonna immediately engage in battle with it, and we're gonna try to one-shot it or knock it out. Obviously, having strong Pokemon will help you take this on, but you can beat this thing relatively early game if you have some decent Pokemon, as it's pretty frail on the physical side, and again, has a couple pretty massive weaknesses, as I mentioned, to flying, fire, psychic, just to name a few. So we're gonna knock out this Roserade. And the reason why we're doing this is because it drops 2 particular items that we're interested in. 1 is Seeds of Mastery, and 2 is XP Candy. So in this case, I get an XP Candy, which isn't too great. Now I'm gonna actually travel back to the Mirelands camp. I'm gonna go back to Jubilife, and then I'm gonna do this again and rinse and repeat. But believe it or not, this can actually turn into quite a bit of money because those Seeds of Mastery are worth $3,000, and you can do this run like once every minute or two, and oftentimes the Roserade will drop better things than what it just dropped. So I'll take another look and see if I can get something a little better this time. So this time he dropped the XP Candy and the Grit Gravel. Not too great, but not too bad either. But again, you can continue to farm this and get those Seeds of Mastery, which sell for quite a bit of money. I should mention too, like, the XP Candy Large is worth a crazy amount of money. I mean, 4,500 bucks, right? So I actually underestimated how good that was. The XP Candy, the Seeds of Mastery are worth 3,000. The Grit Gravel was worth a couple hundred more. But the candies sell for a ton of money, so you could easily farm this up and get $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per minute essentially by just farming this. So again, you can just repeat this process with this Roserade over and over again and make a ton of money. And there may be other alphas that have good drops too, but this one is going to drop those XP Candy Larges, those Seeds of Mastery, and that's just going to be a really effective way for you to make a lot of money really fast. There is one other method to obtain money, and that's to track down those kind of luck bandit sisters, right? You've got the misfortune bandits, and the 3 sisters will actually be scattered throughout the map, not only during the game, but in the post game as well. And they tend to drop nuggets and stardust that you can use to kind of get a lot of money. Those nuggets are worth like $10,000 a piece, but they're kind of random in their locations. I've seen them at Hideaway Bay and Deer Track Path and various locations around the map, but it doesn't seem like they have any specific set locations that you'll always be able to find them. So it's a less reliable way, but if you happen to see them, always fight them because you'll get that crazy money. So ultimately, I would say the best way to get the money in the game is to farm that Roserade or other alpha Pokemon like that drop those XP Candy Larges for the 4,500, the Seeds of Mastery for 3,000. And if you're going to be playing through the game, just naturally farm the map as you go. And then I would definitely buy that recipe for $10,000 to ultimately throw down and get the, the star piece recipe, so that way you can farm your Stardust and your shards from the distortions to make more money from that. At the end of the day, when you start to enhance your item slots in your bag, you can enhance it up to 37 times on this website, and it goes up to $1 million when you hit 37. So it can get really, really expensive really fast, and having a lot of money in the game is just a nice thing, because then you can kind of farm all the Pokeballs, not have to worry about having to craft them yourself, and it just makes the game experience much easier. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. If it was, be sure to drop a like if it helped you out, and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys are new so you don't miss out on our Legends Arceus content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy farming all that money. Get that cash money, my friends. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.